Hi Jenna. Hi Kurt. Rock and roll. Hi Tracy. I'm doing great, Tracy. Hi Mike. Good track to get warmed up on. Alright, how's everybody doing? Good to see everybody here. Jenna, Kurt, Tracy, Mike, hi. Also, if you haven't liked, hit the like button or tap your screen. Hi, Kevin. What notes are you playing? Like, is that a set pattern or scale? Right, I'm playing a lot of different things. So when I'm playing, I'm trying to think in smaller. Well, for a start, this track is in D minor. So I know that I've got like the D natural minor scale. And then on top of that, we've got the pentatonic scale, which gives me the 5 notes. I know that in one sort of view that I have, if I use pentatonic scales, it's going to sound good, but predictable in a kind of pentatonic way. But that's cool because that's the tradition of rock. Hexatonic scale, that's basically pentatonic, but I add a 9th. So I'm just adding that note, so we would have that kind of thing, but I just think of the 9th added on to that pentatonic. So you'll get little phrases like that. Just to flavour things up. So that's putting the 9th hexatonic with that pentatonic. And then I might add the odd passing note. So we're coming, like say I'm going for that 9th. I'll go from a semitone below it. And I might start doing chromatic movements. So, oops. And then generally I'm thinking in smaller scale chunks, like for the sequences. Or so it'll be a mixture of things. I mean, sometimes I'll just do one big run that's predictable, and it just depends. So it's a mixture of all those things. In terms of sequence, when I'm playing up to speed, I am thinking still melodically, but not so much in individual notes, in chunks of notes that have a contour that will have like some sort of melodic. There'll be some sort of melodic contour to it. And of course we have licks as well. So that's kind of the idea. So great question there. Ecstatic. I have a question. Ask the question, as long as it's a sensible question. So Tracy, awesome. I'm outside on an operation finding my neighbour's kitty cat. Excellent. Hope you find it. I need tips on sweep picking. Right. So you need to be more specific. Right. I found it, was able to pick it up and had like 3 blocks until home halfway through. It got spooked and forcefully drove out of my arms. Strong cat. Fair enough. Help with modal chord progressions. Alright, so basically just pick a mode, say Dorian, and then just pick some chords out of it. Okay, so like if I'm in D Dorian, so I'll jam over that. That's it basically. I think sometimes we make things too complicated for ourselves. And I do think actually that on guitar we make things more complicated for ourselves. We're influenced by our favourite players and they're very successful, and we automatically think that whatever they're doing must be complicated, and sometimes it can be quite a simple solution, and you've got to watch out for these things. So something like modal. Like, what is a mode? A mode is like you just take a major scale, right? If you learn a major scale all over the fretboard, you know all of your modes. You have all the muscle memory. The rest of it's just having fun, going on jam tracks, and creating connections between the notes. And you've got these different palettes of emotion, you know. So C major is a major scale, very happy, isn't it? You know, and you've got Dorian, which is like a minor scale with a major sixth. Just like, that's the one go-to for fusion players like that, don't they? It's that note there. E minor's Phrygian, dark. Do your rock stuff, Yingwi. Lydian. Steve Vai, Joe Satriani. I'll keep going up them. We've got G dominant. You could think maybe it's country, but I wouldn't like to generalise on this one. It's a major scale of a flattened seventh. Handy for blues. You know, you can put that major sound in your minor blues with. What else we've got? Natural minor, which is what like I play a lot of the time. Got Lock-in, which is half diminished, and back to C. And then you can just build, you know, chord progressions around that, can't you? If you want to do a major chord progression. And you can modulate within the key. So let's go, that's major. Oops. Let's say I wanted to go to minor. So when you're jamming with your mates, minor. So yeah, you've got all those kind of things. Hello, Banana. How's it going? Any more questions? That was a good question. So I hope that helped. Best thing to do, right? Because we've got a lot of guitarists here. I really think some of you need to book in and have a guitar lesson because I can sort out all your problems. There is limited space. But send an email, book in for a lesson, and then if you're having trouble with your sweep picking technique, I will help you fix it. And it'll be value for money because the time you'll save will be immeasurable. Guaranteed. Like I'll go, like if there's something I need to know, I'll go to a teacher. Has the Strandberg inspired you to play anything that you've never thought of and would never play? Yes, it has actually. The Strandberg has inspired me to play more. I'm never off this thing. I just play it all the time. The one weird thing about the like Strandberg that I find is I don't have any pain when I'm playing, like because I play a lot of hours, performing, playing, and all that kind of stuff, and like with the other guitars that I've had, there'd be a slight bit of background ache in my hand, you know, after a while. And I was always playing through the pain. I haven't been aware of any of that. At all. So I'm just relaxed, there's no tension in the playing. It really, especially my style of playing where I do use a lot of legato, I need something that's super ergonomic. I don't want to be fighting the guitar in any way. So like, yes, it's really good. So, right, so we need to talk about, I did put on this stream Melodic Minor, and the reason I was wanting to talk about Melodic Minor, and this is where everybody will like dissipate, this isn't entertaining, it's now going to turn into a lecture. I was wanting to talk about Melodic Minor. I'm not fully sure where I'm going to go with this or how far I'm going to go with this, but I was just thinking I'll put it in anyway, sort it out in the morning, and whatever you think about, just go with the flow, right? That's the thought to myself. So I was thinking, right, about my experience with Melodic Minor. Now, I've known Melodic Minor scale for a long time, but never kind of used it. And I've always been interested in the Melodic Minor scale, and I've seen lots of other players using the Melodic Minor scale, and it's either been, I don't know how I'm going to use it in my style of music. I don't know how I'm going to fit it into what I'm doing on my general jam sessions. So it's always been on the back burner. But it's actually come back and seems to really want to be in my playing. And I know why this is, because I go through different phases, and this is an important thing to understand about yourself, is, you know, you can't keep playing the same things all the time, and you have to sort of add to your style. So for me, rock player, 3 notes per string, 80s rock shred, and then it started to develop. I was saying, oh, I'm not fusion, but I am fusion now, I would say. I'm like, there's definitely a strong fusion influence in my playing. So like I would play very much inside, and then slowly I thought, you know, I need to think of like some different stuff to do here. And then chromaticism started coming in, and I was never a fan at first. I didn't like the sound, but then I managed to get it, to play it enough, and then through exposure my ear became very used to the sound, and then from there I found uses for it in terms of colouring and augmenting, upgrading even, all of the stuff that I would play, you know. So even if I was going for, you know, what's that? That was basically outlining just that E minor 7 arpeggio. So I was able to colour things. I've still got that. But I've also got all these other wonderful notes. That you can put in just by simply going up and down a chromatic scale. You can do little skips across strings like that. Which will sound great. And you'll get a lot of mileage out of that. And that stuff's really good because you want to train your ear. So yes, monkey, ratter. What about the melodic minor? We're coming to that. So we have chromaticism added to that. And then the next thing was, you know, playing outside, and then also melodic minor. So the melodic minor has been a definite point of interest. I really like the altered terrapin. I do. So, but it's like building it into your playing, isn't it? That's the thing. So on that jam before, I was actually getting a little bit of melodic minor in. The thing is you just got to tune your ears to it, haven't you? And that's kind of what I'm doing. So I think what I'll do is I'll just find a melodic minor track. And we'll hear it. Just right. All right. What do we think of that sound? Thoughts, please. So that was just general melodic minor. But the thing is, I suppose there was times where I was wanting to pull back into natural minor in that little improvisation. So like, where do you start learning something like this? So for me, my learning journey so far has been slightly different. Of course, when I first learnt this scale, I did the typical thing where, being a shredder, I learnt at 3 notes per string. And the problem with that is it pulls you horizontally in not a great way, and it moves you away from like potential arpeggio options. You know, if I'm playing I mean, it's okay for building up visual reference, but it's pulling me this way, whereas it's kind of, I find it to be more beneficial to have, I mean, you do need that, but to have more of a vertical positioning. Hi Donald. So that really helps. So the first bit of advice is building up, how do you build up your visual reference that's going to be kind of useful. And there are 6 positions you can use, possibly 9, like ways of doing this. It sounds complicated, but it's not, because there's a lot of overlap and repeat in this. So the first one is just to learn 3 notes per string. It's to learn the melodic minor 3 notes per string. So we'll do that, right? And you can always slow this video down. But basically we're here on the 5th fret of A, and what we're doing is this. So 1, 3, 4, and then we're going to the next string. 1, 3, 4. So think of it like a major scale for minor third. So everything after it's major, after that minor third. So 1, 3, 4, 1, 3, 4, come up a fret, 1, 2, 4. Go back a fret, 1, 2, 4, 1, 3, 4, 1, 2, 4. Now if you're wondering about the fingerings, why I use this when I come to these wider stretches, 1, 2, 4. Usually what that is I'm keeping my third finger available in case I want to do something chromatic in an improvisational situation. And it just sounds good putting the chromatic notes there for some reason. So that's why I do it. So that's one position, okay? Next position to learn is you want to start the same thing from the root with the second finger. So we've got second finger, fourth finger, first, second, fourth, first, third, fourth, first, second, fourth, and then we've got 2 notes. Now because we're focusing on the root with each finger of our hand pretty much, it just means we're not going to get lost. We've always got a reference point. And then finally we've got from the 4th finger, so we've got 4, and then we've got 1, 2, 4. and then we've got 1, and I go 4 because we're going backwards. So 4, 1, 2, 4, 1, 4, 1, 2, 4, 1, 2, 4, 1, 3, 4. And actually doing this concertina compression of the hands is a really handy thing to do, especially in legato. It really helps out just getting smooth movement and transitions across the fretboard. Alright, following that so far. So that's the first 3 positions. Next position, we do the same thing here. So here we're going to have 1, 2, we're in the A note. So we've learned everything using these, using our fingers 1, 2 and 4. You could use your 3 as well, but it'll be the same fingerings. On the E string, we're going to go to the A string now, and we're going to start with our first finger. So we'd end up with 1, 3, 4, and then we're going to go 1, 4. We're going to come back a position, 1, 3, 4, up, 1, 2, 4, 1, 2, 4. We'll do it again from our second finger. I'm always getting my fingers wrong today. Honestly, it's too early. Right, 2, whose idea was it to do this? Right, 2, 4, 1, 2, 4, 1. So slightly awkward, this one. So 2, 4, 1, 2, 4, 1, 3, 4, 2, 3. And then finally we've got the 4th finger. 1. So we've got 4, 1, 2, 4, 1, 3, 1, 2, 4, 1, 2, 4. Now when you do that, you've pretty much got the fretboard covered. All right. Okay. Everybody follow that so far. But what I'm interested in, and I know Terrapin, you're saying, play a melodic minor with A drone in the background, trust me. That's great, so we're moving into a mode there of the melodic minor, but that's the Lydian dominant, isn't it? What I'm interested in is like using a melodic minor in our everyday jam sessions. So like kind of coming up with licks just like what I played there. So just putting it in for a little bit of colour. So yes, what other modes? So this is what we're talking about. So the cool, like working in A, like say A minor, right? We've got the like what works really well is melodic minor and Dorian sit really nicely together, and actually melodic minor and natural minor sit great. And what you can do is you can just add in a little bit of melodic minor colour when you kind of feel the urge to do it. You got to trust your instincts, you got to trust the force. So you've got so for example, if we've got Dorian here, we've got one major second, minor third, fourth, fifth, and then a major sixth, and then we've got a seventh, flat and seventh in the root. And the melodic minor is the same, except you've got a major third. So we've got that. We can play about that. It's quite easy-ish to fit in. So if I go back, we'll try and test this out. If I go back to that track I played before, we need something in A, don't we, really? I want to see what it's like on a synthwave style track in A. A minor. So just regular pentatonic minor scale. And we'll start adding melodic minor in. There you go. You're playing the second, which is not part of the... Yeah. I also play the minor 6. So I'm overusing that major minor 7 thing. So if I play it with intention, it's fitting. What do you reckon? Bit out there. We could even try altered. See if this works. Just. So in that case, we're using F melodic minor. Right, we'll go hard in on this. Right, let's just go totally solid in on the altered scale. Right, so I've got to think F melodic minor here, and the track's ended. So this could be pushing things too far. There you see, work there. Right, so there's some mileage you can get out of this. It's amazing. How do you come up with with these ideas? That's a good question. Altered scale tuning brought me out of tune. Like, I'm just pushing it to destruction. But I have got a kind of reference in my head for this, and I'm thinking like some of the stuff when I do the legato, I'm thinking like, oh, what would Alan Holdsworth do in his UK period? So Alan in his like in the late 70s, early 80s was in a band called UK, and that was when Eddie Van Halen, In the Dead of Night is the song I think Eddie Van Halen really likes the solo on, or did really like the solo, and that inspired him to do stuff, that outside playing. I'm sure that's sort of like that early Alan Holdsworth, you can hear that kind of idea. But it's really, I think a lot of it is just adjusting your taste, getting as much exposure, improvising to it as you can. And as I'm doing this, what I'm experiencing is I'm trying to become more confident. So deliberately starting on probably one of the, you know, if we're in the melodic minor, starting on one of the worst notes to start on, which would be that major 7. But if we do it with intention, it can sound beautiful, yeah? And we can still pull into So this is what I wanted, you know, I can go back to all of my regular playing there, but it's really nice to just step out. It's almost, because I'm sort of new to using this in front of people, it's great. It's like, it's liberating. It's like stepping into a new world, wearing completely different clothes. So yes, so therapy. I know all music theory tests me, and I don't need to test you. I'll just assume that that's actually the case. What I'm interested in, Terrapin, is do you have a YouTube channel? Because I'm hoping that you have a YouTube channel, as you know all of the theory, like a bit of a Rick Beato thing, and you're going to educate us all, because that would be good. But I think the thing for me isn't proving like lots of knowledge. What it is like, how do you use this? And the problem with the melodic minor scale for me is I couldn't work out how to use it in my everyday playing. I want to play on synthwave tracks, I want to play on pop tunes, but the question is, how do I add those elements in? And that's what we're doing today. It's always about the connection with me. You know, it's like, how can I use this thing to expand on what I'm doing, but also be able to reflect who I want to be in my music, how I want to put across my musical message, really, isn't it, as an artist? So that's the thing, and it's finding that. But I do like, although not new or massively original, but I think the UK, who's heard of UK here? Probably not many people. But I didn't, I only was aware of it about a year or two ago, and then I realised all of these 80s guitarists that I was into, like Alan Murphy, Eddie Van Halen, that's kind of the go-to source for them, for that outside playing. It must have been. Because it's quite accessible in a way to try and hear it being utilised, I suppose, if this makes sense. So Donald, I'm revised and I get music theory. I guess I understand enough to get the general idea down. Yes, you see, you want to just know enough so you're happy with what you're doing at the time. For me, I'm only interested in things if I think there's a purpose for them. You know, that's it, and it's exciting, and then I've got all the energy. Melodic minor wasn't exciting or useful to me years ago. I just didn't see it. But like now, because of like other things and the way my musical journey's come, it's kind of reappeared in a natural way. And because of that, I've got lots of time for it. I'm like, right, I really want to double down. I really want to put this in my playing. So I'm not learning something because I think I should. You know, like when I first learned the melodic minor, I thought, oh, I should use this. Like I should learn this if I want, just in case I want to do jazz or something, and then never use it. And I don't think that's the right kind of way to do things. Right, we'll test Terrapin's music theory out. So when I was playing classical guitar, and this is another thing, my guitar teacher, he was great, really, old John there. But because you have limited time for the exams, when it came to scales here in the UK, you could have a choice whether to play melodic minor scale or harmonic minor. And teachers always picked the harmonic minor scale because it ascends and descends exactly the same way. The melodic minor in classical music, when you're learning a graded instrument, and I've even seen this with my daughter when she was learning violin. I looked at her book and the teacher had crossed out the melodic minor mode, and I did actually feel quite sad because I think it's a wonderful scale to use and people should actually both play that and the harmonic minor, but the teachers wouldn't thank me for that. But anyway, what I want to know, Terrapin, is why does the melodic minor ascend, and this is a test for you, why does it ascend in the melodic minor and descend in the natural minor? I do have the answer to this, so I can test it. Right, come on. You're not looking it up, are you? Terrapin's into all of this kind of stuff. I think Messiaen Mode 3 is overhyped. Come on, Terrapin. ChatGPT. Well, no. So Terrapin also says Brett Stein. So if you don't know who Brett Stein is, Brett Stein brought out 2 amazing books, one of which I've got, Inside the Mystery, which is a harmonic analysis of Alan Holdsworth, his music. And one of Alan Holdsworth's scales, presumably, that he used was the Messiaen modes. Messiaen mode 5, which is literally just 1, flat 2, 2, flat 5, flat 6 kind of thing. You got me? Nope. All right then. Shall I give you the answer? Terrapin, do you give up? I'll pour a coffee, and if you still haven't got the answer, I think Monkey's sort of there with it. Right. Well, the reason is, and I'll probably badly explain this, is that when we, and I have got the advantage, Terrapin, of an instrument, so if I was typing this, it would be quite difficult, but yes, right. So basically, when we play the melodic minor ascending, it's basically just a major scale, isn't it? With a minor third. So in terms of our ears, literally, as soon as we get to the third note, we know this scale is minor. So the leading note's quite right. It's something to do with the leading note. So immediately, very quickly, ascending, that sets us up to know that this scale is minor. But when we're descending, it takes 5 notes before we hit the minor third. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it takes too long for our ears to adjust to the minor descending. So the way around that is we start at minor. So instead of having a major 7, we go straight to the minor 7. And then we've got the minor 6. And that's why. So descending, if composers are doing long runs, descending runs, then they may opt for that natural minor because it immediately gets into that into the minor coloration. See? So if I ascend, just a major scale there. That's minor. All right. That was a good quiz, wasn't it? I don't normally do quiz or novelty on here. Actually, Donald, that's quite, yes, it is something to do with that, definitely, because that 7's flattened, isn't it? You go from the major 7, minor 7. I'm not sure if it's useful knowledge, but it's good to know, isn't it? Right, let's try some more melodic minor. Atmospheric fusion backing, Afterglow City. Sounds like my thing. Oh, this is very 80s jazz. Right, you want to hear my whole tone connection with the melodic minor? Right, quickly teach me what I need to do. Terrapin. Buffet lunch jam, that's brilliant. Donald, sometimes I think you musicians are just laughing at me because IDK. No, nobody's laughing at you. So, here's another question. Oh God, it's far too cheesy that for me to play on. When you play a 3-note note period string major shape and the strings, do you use the first, second, and fourth? That's what I'm trying to default to, and it just depends. There are times where I don't do that. It depends on what's happening after in quick succession. So usually I'll default to that. I was just mentioning that before, and then the reason for that. So midnight minors question. As if I'm filling in the gaps chromatically on a scale. So it's just the major scale, I'm filling in the chromatic notes, so it's just like it's quite an easy thing to do if you want like a chromatic sound, isn't it? But the thing is you don't want to be playing up and down the scale like that. You have to be strategic about where you put it. Like that, see? Because you just end up with a chromatic scale if it's too much. Right. I think it's I'm just thinking I'm vaguely relating that to the melodic minor scale. So it's a fairly kind of blunt way of doing it. And that's just using yeah, I get how the melodic minor is related to. I see where you're coming from, because we have that big chunk, don't we? Have you experimented much with purposely leaving out root? No. You get that kind of thing. Anyway, oh God, look at the time. Tell you what, you guys, you got me talking. So, I thought that was a pretty good stream. I was well into that. Mind you, I'm into all of them. Really enjoyed it. I wonder how many people subscribed. I bet a lot of people scrolled past. Can we have some more likes? And please do subscribe. Oh, that was my stomach. Yeah, no, thanks for sharing that, Rob. I'm going to have a look into that. So I think live streams are going to have more of a educational title to them, like today, melodic minor. There's probably going to be a lot of melodic minor stuff and a lot of repetition of this as I progress through what I'm doing. Oh, hi Perplexity, how you doing? Oh yes, share the videos. Like, share, subscribe, become a member and support me. I'm doing less streams, and the reason I'm doing less streams is because I realised in order to accelerate my guitar playing, I need a little bit of practice time in the mornings instead of just crashing in on here. However, I'm up for a stream tomorrow, so look out for that. Always a pleasure, Donald. Right, man, it's one of the best. Right, so what's the best sound? Like, what have I got to learn, Terrapin? What's the best sound, melodic minor, or is this the augmented thing? I think I'm interested in the augmented, but I need to know which bit of augmented I need to learn. And I'll come back with some insights on it, because it sounds interesting. I mean, today I've had a breakthrough thinking about UK and then hitting that major 7 note on a minor with intention. That's the key, isn't it? Doing it with intention. Like, this isn't a mistake, this is friggin' reality. Bang. That's the trick, isn't it? Yeah, sorry, I wasn't sure. So the whole tone. Oh shit! Right now I get you. Flat 3, flat 4, flat. Well, why didn't you just say? See, I'm getting told off now. So you want me to do something with this, right? Right. I was starting it. Is that where we're going? Is that it? So I'll just right. So I'll just slap that on a track now. Right, here we go. Pick something in an easy key though. But I'll start it inside the melodic minor. Right, so hold on. I need to think. Right, I have to come back to that. Did I do it? Was that right? I'll research this. So it does sound crazy. Good tip off. Thank you, Jenna. Look at that. Way. Right, I'll have to go now. It's been a blast. This has been a real party for me. A melodic minor party. P. Diddy had white parties. I have the melodic minor party. A much more sensible and appropriate experience, I'm sure. Excellent. All right, probably see you all tomorrow. Bye.